good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Djuma Private Game Reserve, where it is, as we've already been discussing, rather windy, and our animals are going to be trying to take shelter and refuge from this wind and out of the sun. It is rather warm as well. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve, joined by owner camera, and we're out and about in a windy and warm Djuma Private Game Reserve this afternoon to see what we can find. The battle of the Titans right here. These two impala males. You can clearly see that they are impala males by the fact that they look like impala and they have horns. They're doing some reciprocal grooming just before. If you don't know what that means, allo grooming, they will scratch or lick each other at a specific place on the head, generally on the head and neck, in the hopes that the other will reciprocate in the exact same spot. But as boys will be boys, the horns started getting in the way, and then they decided, well, enough with that. Let's challenge each other to a duel. Only born in November, 6 months old, 6.5 months old, these youngsters. And look at them, already battling for the crown of the next dominant male. Definitely some technique lacking on the gentleman on the left there. His head is a little bit too parallel with the ground.
There we go. There's vicious elephants attacking silver cluster leaf trees as they deserve to be. Sharon, you've asked, how does the matriarch maintain order in such a big herd with a really large stick which she waves around and threatens all the other little elephants with? No, I don't necessarily I don't think this is one breeding herd, to be honest. I think that this could quite easily be two different family groups of elephants, where we're going to see shortly, because some are going in, half the group is going in one direction, the other group is going the other. I stand corrected. There's also lots of bulls around here, but remember, with elephants, most of the way that they communicate is through infrasound, so we don't even hear a lot of the rumbles that they let off. So that's basically how they will, I suppose, keep the order. But they're not very strict. We see elephants walking in long lines. We see lots of animals marching in long lines, typically when they're moving, with purpose. But right now they're all just feeding, as you can see, kind of doing their own thing. That elephant twisting its trunk, just kind of, that bull, deciding whether or not it is safe to approach that cow. He obviously wants to go up to her and greet her, but a little bit on an uncertain side. So they're not necessarily going to all go in one direction right now, but you'll see if a matriarch or more senior elephant does decide, right, everybody, pack it up, we're heading to Mozambique, then you'll see them all of a sudden just change direction and start heading one way. It's quite epic if you get to see that happening.
So pool party has started, and these two young bulls are having a good time just socializing with one another. As I mentioned earlier, what they do in the water, often jumping on each other's backs. The other elephant is going to the toilet in the water. It's actually defecating in the water there. So it just floats away. So it's very important. The fish are not going to eat that. The tilapia are actually going to thrive. It reminds me of when I was a child, but I'll tell you that story another day. That's a whole other story. That. Look at these two bulls, beautiful. Hinds, definitely, crocodiles do that. They can and have in the past bitten elephant trunks. Sometimes actually break them off and do a death roll, because big crocs are big crocs, and you get young elephants that go in there. Look what they're doing, these elephants. A lot of people might think this is mating. This is not mating. These are two bulls. This is how they're going to, acquire dominance. And then also, it's just fun to do. They sort of just climbing on each other's backs and socializing and reestablishing the bond they have. But yes, crocodiles have been known to actually bite elephants' trunks off, even tails, and so on.
Magnificent Madikwe, the land of elephants. It really is. It's a land of many things, but it's really the land of the elephants. The elephant sightings you can have here are just next to none. I know I say this all the time, but it's true. On the days that we can, I am hoping to go back down south. Djuma Dam, Melarani, Flay. I love spending time down there, and you will get fantastic elephant sightings. So when we can, i.e. when it's not load shedding, we will. Few of the herds are collared, but there's a huge, this reserve is managed by the Northwest Parks Board. There's a foundation and a huge initiative to really monitor all the different programs that are going on here. The cheetah reintroduction, the wild dog program. There are lots of efforts here in Madikwe. Madikwe Futures Foundation are doing a lot of work, and the given number at this point in time is around 1,600. So how they count, I'm not sure if they do aerial surveys or how they actually monitor, I'm not sure. It's a difficult one. So that's maybe just a ballpark figure. Of course, you're going to get those that die and then those that give birth. Populations are very dynamic, but there is a lot of monitoring that goes on. There's a lot of trap cams around to see what happens during the night. It's fantastic. You can get a lot of information from this reserve. What are we looking at, everyone? Is it a meteorite? I really don't know. I'm looking for you guys. Davi spotted that. I thought he was looking at clouds, not paying attention because I'm too busy looking for brown hyenas. Wow. This is so cool. I think it's a meteorite. That's going to be my guess. Space rocks. If I'm correct, whenever a meteorite enters into the atmosphere, it's obviously going incredibly fast. It looks slow to us, and it starts to burn up, and it literally looks like a fireball. I can't believe this. Well done, Davi. It's not a UFO. He was originally hoping it was.
Well, we started the show with some impalas, Owen, didn't we? Let's end the show off with one of these beautiful girls on our right hand side, lying up in the open. They're feeling relaxed now that the wind's gone. They're going to hopefully be safe and warm on this lovely fullish moon evening. In the open area, they feel nice and safe that they can lie down and just take it easy. Everyone, we do thank you for joining us on this afternoon's Sunset Safari. Coming to you live from all of these wonderful locations. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. We look forward to again hosting you from all of our wonderful locations tomorrow morning on the Sunday Sunrise Safari. Until then, have a beautiful Saturday afternoon, evening. Good night and goodbye.